Somebody raise your hands and say, I am healed. I am free. I am what you see. I am what you see. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Let me get this going. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks everybody so much for joining. Oh my God, let me get this set up. Let's turn this out. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining on today. Super excited about this live on today. How are y'all doing? Oh my goodness. Let's get this thing going. As you're coming in, let me know where you're coming in from, and just allow us time for let people to come in. But as you're coming in, please share this live. Share this live. Let us know if you're joining me live or if you're joining from the replay. So get excited. Let me adjust some things right quick.
Again, she told me to share. And then I just hit share right now.
All right, all right, all right. As you're coming in, let me know that you're coming in. How y'all doing on today? Thanks so much for joining. Super excited to be here with everyone on today. Make sure you share this live. Y'all know some men that you know need to hear this information on today. So we're super excited. As I said, everybody, thank you so very much. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie says hello. Mr. Jones coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. Congratulations on your survivorship. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you're coming in, let us know where you're coming in from. Share this live. We want to make sure everybody gets this information, especially all the men across the world. So make sure that you share. And so happy Tuesday. If you don't know me, my name is Chandra Jones Williams, and I am so honored to be here on today with my dad. So I'm going to give it a second. Let me let Facebook catch up right quick as Zoom connects with that. But go ahead as you're coming in, share this live with everyone that you know. Let's see if I can share it from this particular page to my other page. So hello, Mr. Jones. How you doing on today?
Doing great. Doing great.
You say great?
Doing great.
Doing great. Awesome, and amazing. We are excited to have you on today. But welcome again. You're doing good today?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm so honored to have you here with me on today. You know, this is such an honor, such a joy, such a pleasure. But before I get into all of this, let me just say, I just want to honor everyone out there, because this is breast cancer awareness month. But you know what? We honor you each and every day, each and every month, for all that you have gone through, those that are going through. So I want to honor and just celebrate all of those out there that have gone through breast cancer, and to all of our survivors. You know, I just want to honor you and just give you, oh my God, love on today. And so today I am talking to my dad. Oh my God. Let me just tell y'all something. This is truly a treat for me as well. I'm sure this is your first time on live too, right? Is this your first time on live?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So this is actually his first time on live, right? And I tell you what, this is funny to me. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and jump right in, guys. But I wanted him to join me on today, really to bring awareness to all, especially men, about the journey for breast cancer. Because if you were like me, I had no clue, no idea that breast cancer actually existed in men. So, as you know, breast cancer for men is very rare, and it's expected that 1 in every 1,000 will actually get it. And so I had never really heard of anyone that had had breast cancer. So I'm not going to talk about me. I'm not going to talk about none of that, right? But I just want you to, first of all, go ahead and say hello. And like I said, we're just honored to have you here on today. But go ahead and share how this journey actually started for you. Breast cancer. Let's start there, right? Breast cancer, a man, breast cancer. So I'm going to kind of turn it to you right quick and just tell us how this journey, how did it start? I mean, how did this even start, and what was going on in your mind? All of those things. Tell me, how did it start? How did all this start?
Well, all of my life, only thing I've ever heard about was breast cancer for women. And this is what I thought. Never could imagine that a man would have breast cancer. And so really it never fazed me. But when it happened to me, I just so happened to was taking a shower, and as I was taking the shower, I would basically put suds all over your body, and you would feel your chest. And once you feel your chest, it wasn't nothing really, not to me at that time. And just so happened I kept doing it. And one day on the right side, I felt you could say a bump. And after I felt the bump, it kept getting harder and harder. And so I went on for about a year. And when I went on for about a year, I went to the doctor and told the doctor about it. And what she did was she immediately sent me to get it checked out.
Okay.
But the funny part about it, I kept it to myself, didn't tell nobody because of me being what you call it, a macho man. That it was gonna go away. And that's what most men do, especially black men.
Okay.
We don't go to the doctor enough to check ourselves out. Not only breast cancer, other types of cancer also affects us, and we do not go to the doctor. That just means. But when it happened, when they told me we went to the doctor, and she sent me to get it checked out, we went and got it checked out, and just so happened my wife was there, and I'm not gonna tell you what happened then. I
Oh,
thought they
you can tell it.
I thought they gonna have to call the security in there because she was so mad at me. Really, for a while, she scared me. I thought she was gonna jump on me for keeping that from her for so long. And 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 when they came back with the results that I had to have a operation, it was devastating to her. But me, I'm not the emotion type. I just take it for what it is, knowing that I pray every day, knowing that whatever it is, His will be done. And so I just went on and didn't bother about it. And but she was worried about it. It took about 2 months before she got over it because once she get on me about something, it takes about 2 months for it to cool down. And so that's why I try to be a perfect person now. Anything that happens that I feel hurting me on my body, I gotta tell her. I said, baby, my throat hurt. She'll go in and get me some pills. it's 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 funny to me because of the type of person she is. She's a very sweet person, and she have helped me. She helped me through my transition with the cancer.
Now I'm curious to know because she's also went through breast cancer prior to you going. So I'm I'm just amazed that you didn't say anything to her because she could have gotten you there quicker to the doctor, and for you to wait so long,
Okay,
what were your thoughts? I mean, what actually were you thinking? And
my
I know that, when she did finally find out, but I want to go back because I want you to tell me, um, how could you, how could you keep that from her? And especially you had already gone through that with her. So she could have given you even more insight. So why didn't you share? Like, that's amazing.
I really didn't want to upset her. And that's why I kept it to myself. I didn't want to accept her because what she was going through with, I didn't want her to have a pity party for me because I knew I had to be the strongest one in the family.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you kept it to yourself to keep it from her.
Yeah.
But what about the feeling as a man? How 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 did that feel? I mean, how did you feel?
I felt pretty good, really. As a man, I felt pretty good, but really and truly, you really look at it. I knew that if something was wrong, that I would not be able to take care of her. It was all about her to me.
Oh, so you put her before you put yourself, as far as what you were going through. Did you have any inkling of what it could be? Because I know that you said, describe that to me, because I want for any man to hear that. When you said it, when you first felt it, it felt like a bump. So your son is making crazy comments, but anyway, uh you say when you felt it, because I want men to really hear this. You said it felt like a bump. Describe that bump that you said, and you say you were in the shower, so you felt a bump. And what did that bump feel like?
Okay, it's just like whenever you rub yourself, you're gonna feel something that's out of order.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody who takes a shower, bath, or whatever it may be, once you run the towel across yourself, you yourself know personally what's wrong. If there's a bump or anything that it might be attached to your body or on your body in any kind of way, you know it. A doctor cannot help you unless you tell them what's wrong with you, what's
That's
out of order,
exactly.
what's out of order.
Exactly.
And what I would like to tell the men today is you need to check yourself the same way that women check themselves and immediately tell your doctor.
But how would men know that? I mean, you went through the same thing. I mean, you went through it and you didn't tell your doctor. So
I should have.
you should have, but you didn't.
I didn't.
So, and that's men. So you said that was macho. So why? What were those thoughts about? I mean, as a man, I mean, did you feel like that was gonna mess with your male? I mean, what was going through your mind?
Now, the male ego, that part, that never fazed me. When
Okay.
you're sick, you're sick. regardless of you male or female, you are just sick and you need professional help. And I refuse to do that during that period, not only because of myself, but because of my wife, the condition that she was in also.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Because you see, like my wife and I were just like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, y'all are two peas in a pod. I mean, kind of crazy, but you know, I mean,
That's all right too.
it is what it is. It is. It is what it is. It is. I mean, you know. And for those of you out there, if you want to know why I jive a lot, that's actually where I get it from. My brother, that's where he gets it from. All the jiving. But I mean, that was a tough period though. So she goes through breast cancer first, and then you find out, but you say nothing. I remember the day that you called me, and I mean, she was mad. Now I was kind of a little salty because you know that's what the millennials told me. They said I was a little salty. I was a little salty. Okay, I was a little salty because I'm like, huh? But I never expressed that, right? First of all, because you know, it really wasn't about me. So I was there listening, listening with the ear. And but when you first said you had something to tell me, and it was like, I'm like, what? What you got? What you want? What you got to tell me? It was like I got breast cancer. And the first thing that went through my mind though was breast cancer. What you know, I was just totally in shock, but I held the whole composure. But in my mind, I'm like, breast cancer. Men don't get breast cancer. What is he talking about? How, what? But it was so shocking for me because I had never heard of a man having breast cancer. So that even brought awareness even to me. And it gave me an insight because I began like doing research on breast cancer, you know, just all of that. I began looking at that, doing insight, you know, just period. And so I want you to really share about, you know, just because you know, one of the things I always hear most breast cancer survivors say is one of the biggest things that you have to be prepared for is the mental state and the going through of the whole process. And so tell me about how what your thought process was and how did you get through the mental state of it all? Because I know it was a transition for us all. You know, first of all, you got to grasp, okay, the big C word. But then for us, the C word with the man, my dad now has breast, and it really took me it took a minute. It took a minute really to grasp all of that. Breast cancer, really? And so mentally, when you first heard that C word, breast cancer, walk me through what was going through your head. Because I remember now, I remember Eva, and those of you, that's his wife's name, Eva, when she shared about it. And she was, I mean, because you kept it now for that long period of time. And then here she goes to the doctor with you. Didn't even know what she was going to the doctor for, but she goes to the doctor with you, shows up at the doctor, not just probably thinking it's like a routine check, whatever. But then when the lady comes in and announces that you have breast cancer. Now I know Eva told me she wanted to jump up out that chair and she was finna come after you. She said she was about to jump out that chair and she could have wrung your neck. So I know you had about 1,001 emotions going on in your head. Oh Lord, my secret is out the bag. I got to deal with this cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I got to deal with my peanut butter jelly. I know you had about 1,001 emotions going through your mind, but when did it really register with the big C word with that? Because your secret is out the bag. Your wife just found out. You've been holding a secret for this long time. The doctor comes in and says, what? She about to jump out the chair. And she was feeling, I could see her now about, oh my, oh. What were your thoughts?
Well, you have to you have to realize a lot of people don't know this, but my entire family i- died of cancer. The, my mother, my sisters, brothers, they died of cancer. It runs in the family. And since it runs in the family, it, I'm not an emotion person. And what I do, I think things through and I pray to God for guidance. A lot of people don't, they would say I procrastinate on a lot of stuff. I don't procrastinate. I just don't do what you ask me to do. I do what the Lord guide me to do. And people don't just don't understand a lot of stuff about cancer itself. It's just like COVID-19. It picks and chooses no one. Cancer, it picks and chooses no one because all of us got a little bit of cancer in us when we were first born. But just mine was hereditary. And when it came, when I got it, I prayed and I thought about the things that I should have done, but I didn't do. And then, but if I, if I had to go through it again, a little earlier in life, I would have made a different choice. Going to the doctor and telling me exactly what's wrong with me. But I just didn't do that because of my wife. And because of my wife is I put her in front of me, in front of me. And so I have no really for the decision that I made then, I think I made the right decision. I just didn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, you didn't know.
I didn't know. And when you said, and I knew about men's have cancer because Richard Roundtree that played on Shaft, he had cancer, breast cancer. I knew about men having breast cancer, but it didn't phase me because I didn't have it.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I didn't have it. And when he did it, he didn't expose himself until the word that he had breast cancer.
So what do you think that is? Is that a man thing that you just kind of keep things to yourself?
Men they do keep things to themselves.
Exactly.
They don't tell everything. But now, if you tell your wife, and that's really your wife, she gonna make sure you do the right thing. But men that don't put the confidence in their wife like they should, and that's why a lot of things happen to us. When I say us, I'm talking about men's. The reason they happen is because we do not let our wife know all the problem that we have with our body. We keep it to ourselves, and we're nothing but a macho man.
That sounds like a little wisdom. How old are you now?
I ain't telling my age.
Oh, come on. That's what
I'm
women
seven,
do.
I'm
Oh,
seven.
you usually tell your age proud because you say
Uh,
you how old and you look what?
I'm 77 years old. I look like I'm 50.
I don't know who told you that because I mean, come on. I don't know who lied and told you that. But anyway, wow. I do. I honor you. I do. I honor you on today, not just today, but every day. And your son, you know, he cannot come on anybody's live and just not do right. I mean, he's acting. Oh, he said you look like you're 51. You can't look like that. I mean, he coming up here and he just can't be serious. You know what I mean? He just really can't be serious. But I'm not even gonna address what he's talking about right now. But I honor you for just even being vulnerable enough to share, you know, yourself, because that takes courage. That takes a lot just to, you know, pull from within to share with other people about your personal thoughts, you know, your personal journey. But again, to put yourself to the side to share with other men about this whole journey, because just like you went through it, you never know who else may have or may be dealing with the same thing, because you don't know what to look for. I mean, because that, you know, as we talked and you said, you know, you thought it was just women, you know, that had breast cancer. So even feeling a little bump, you probably thought that it was like a bump, just a bump. But you even got to now go get the bump checked, you know, go get the bump checked. And, you know, so, you know, yeah, breast cancer, not all your family died from breast cancer, but all different types of cancer. So, you know, and I will share this because, especially when you know your history, I will tell everybody, know your history, know the history of your family, the sicknesses, the illnesses, because they literally can come back up and affect you. And so it is always best to be proactive. And so, you know, if you follow me, you always hear me talk about your health is your greatest wealth. It definitely is. Your health, if you don't have your health, what do you have? And so I want to really encourage everybody, every woman, every man. If you're a woman, make sure you're getting your boobs checked. You know, it's not just this month, but make sure every single year that you have an annual breast cancer exam, that you go and get checked, and so that you can see anything. If you feel anything abnormal, go get it checked. Men, if you feel anything abnormal, go get it checked, because we don't want to see this in anybody. So, I mean, what do you have to say about what? Because I heard you say yesterday you could have done some things different when we came up here. You could have done many things differently. What would you have done? You know, do you think, even though it was hereditary, cancer runs in your family, your mother, your father, your sister, no, you one sister, two brothers, right, that have gone on now, right? And then your other sister, Hallie, had breast cancer. Many had what kind of cancer? It wasn't breast cancer, it was
Bavarian.
ovarian cancer. Okay, so um,
And Zuma
how
Short.
would you speak to men now about what to do if you feel anything for cancer? What would you say?
I would tell them to go to their doctor and have it checked out. Don't take yourself don't take that for granted. In other words, don't worry about yourself. Once you get healed, you can help your wife, your spouse, your children, whoever it may be, a long life way. Because if something happened to you, in which you're supposed to be the breadwinner, they don't have nothing. And so you need to make sure that you are that macho man, the women, the Lord is still bringing in that bread, and that
But
they
all
know.
men don't bring in the bread. Let's be real, okay? It ain't. I mean, I'm just saying. Let me come on, women. Tell them they ain't got these new. You know what? That's for another conversation. But all men do not step up to the plate and be men like they supposed to. But I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Well, I'm a man,
I know you're a man, and I honor you for that.
and my
You
wife
set the standard.
and Eva is a strong woman. She is very strong. I mean, very strong. She voiced her opinion, but she's sweet as I don't know what. I mean, she can voice her opinion. You finna say something, but she's sweet as I
No,
don't know what.
because no, I'm not talking about Eva right now for real. It's your child,
You
your
man, no,
child. Robert Jones Jr. said all men bring in bread. That's not the truth. No, they don't. But that's for another conversation. I'm gonna get him up here to talk about that. Why he want to go there? Don't go there with me. That all men bring. No, they don't. All men do not step up to the plate and be men. Let's get back to the subject of this breast cancer because I'm gonna ignore your son, my brother, for right now, and I'm just not even gonna address nothing else that he says doing this live. But um, speak on it. See, he'll throw he don't do right. He won't. I should have blocked him. That's what I should have did. I should have blocked him. But seriously, that's so true. That is so true about you know thinking about and you just said something so key, and that's with anybody, especially you have a family, you take the responsibility because taking care of yourself takes care of your children, your spouse, all of that. When you're not selfish, and so taking care of your health means I am being responsible. That's how I look at it. That means I am being responsible as a man, a woman, because it's not about me. The better I am, the better we are to everybody else. Would you not agree?
I agree.
And so I like that you said that though. I like that you said that as you were speaking about, men being providers. I know I was joking, but I was being serious because for real, all men, but I ain't gonna get on that soapbox today. But I understand that. But and I want to ask you though, were there any programs out there? Because a lot of, and you going as a man, were there any programs out there to help men with breast cancer that you use or that you knew of that you may can share or elaborate on?
No, I didn't. I didn't use those because Eve had gone through them, and she was my biggest help. She was
Okay.
my she was my biggest help during that period, and she probably she did everything for me. To be honest,
Yeah.
she probably could have operated on me during the time.
Now, please, now, we wanted to keep you here, so we we wasn't gonna let her operate. Now, she wouldn't have made it through the surgery line. She would not have made it through because the doctors would have put her out trying to come in there and do any kind of operation of any kind. But because a lot of times people don't know what to do, and so I wanted, if you had experience like any programs or you know any kind of aids that were out there. I just want you to share that, and then I really want you to talk about how important it is going through cancer of any kind, because, and I will share with each of you, it was not just, he did not just go through breast cancer. Was how far after breast cancer then he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And so we went through that part too. But even through cancer period, how important would you say support is? Support.
Well, you need people around you that's more positive about everything, not negative. Because negativity, only thing that does, it drives you into a mental state where you be depressed. Every time you turn around, somebody's talking negative to you. That doesn't help you in it. And
So
see,
you're saying, so if anybody was to say you got cancer and they just come and say, you're saying, if somebody says to you, I have cancer, your response should not be anything negative because they're already having a battle with the thought process and everything. So you should really be supportive in every way.
Yeah, you should be. But you see, I'm from a different school. And the reason I say that is I don't believe nobody would have said anything to me negative because I always got something else to say to you.
Oh, I would have said something to you
Oh,
negative.
yeah, you could have got by. But I don't know how many other people could have got by.
Nationwide, don't be good.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I could have said something because I might, you know what though? I might did say something a couple of times. Did I? I might
I
did come at you.
probably did it, but when you said it, it just went right over my head.
Yeah, that's just when you say stuff, it go in my head too.
I understand.
Yeah, because I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, you're probably the one who made me the tough person that I am, because you just shot it straight, just say whatever, just I mean, whatever. But I can say I did learn a lot through your journey. Was I took me out of the equation because I mean, and I
Definitely.
remember we experienced some times where you really did come at me with some blows for real, and I'm like, he is tripping. Like, but I didn't take it personal. Let me say that. I just didn't take it personal because I understood, honestly, that you were going through a lot of emotions. And so I'm like, is it, man, he tripping. So let me just share with anybody who's having to experience going something with a man or woman with breast cancer. If they come at you sideways, just blow them off, because I promise, don't take it personal, because he came at me now a couple of times. Let me just be honest. And I just I didn't take it personal. I remember telling my brother, man, your daddy, he did da 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 da. And he said, I'm glad it was you and not me. See, because yeah, I could have handled it. He might would have been like, I know you ain't just tip, but I mean, it's an emotional thing. So you don't know what a person is mentally going through. Um, you just you don't know what nobody's going through. And I guess I learned that even going through that period, because I saw some days though, because and the hardest part for me though was I was not used to, you know how you say man down? I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to, oh wow, I'm gonna cry. Mm. I wasn't used to man down. And so that was an experience though. That was a tough experience because I literally had to not show any kind of emotions and take me all the way out of the equation. So even when you would come at with blows, and I was like, okay, he going through some crap. I might laugh it all, but it was, and I share to anybody for real. Take yourself out of the equation because it's really not about you. But when I had to see man down, so I am a dad's girl and a mom's girl, but I'm a dad's girl because dad has always been that guy for me. Dad has always been that guy that set the standard. Okay. And so I never saw you in a state where, the happy go lucky, always got the whatever to say. So for the first time, I saw you in a vulnerable state. I saw you in a painful state. I saw you in a state going through that was it was hard. It was hard. It was rough. But I too know how to bounce and get through it all, right? But let me say this, the first part was hard, but once it happened, I could get through it. And I can honestly say though, anytime I did have something to go through and I did have to cry through, my brother was always there. He was always there. And so, he talks a lot of smack and we do talk a lot of smack. And so I'm honored and thankful, even for him, because he was my sounding board. And so he would say crazy stuff, and I could laugh, I could cry, I could say whatever I needed to say. But I really got to say that though, because nobody knows. And so a lot of people don't know, if you're going through and if you're dealing with anybody that's going through breast cancer, any kind of cancer, period, they may come at you sideways. And so I gotta say that. Take you out of the equation, because you don't know what their mental state is, or what kind of emotional thoughts that they're literally going through. You have no clue about the different things that they're going through. And so I'm telling you, take you out of the equation and just be all that you can be there for them. Because when he did all of that, I really wasn't prepared, because he never in my entire life did that. Never came side, left, twisted in no kind of ways. So to have to see that, it was like, this dude, man, he called me. He told me I ain't do this. And I'm like, he, whew, man, I want to go back off on him. Is he crazy? But that was my initial. You know how you got to get it out? I got it out, and then I was done with it. And then we was back to joking again. So I just want to share that piece, though, to anybody. Take you out of the equation and really, really have some compassion. Really, really, be mindful that they have to go through a lot. The initial shock of just owning it, that I got it, and then try to figure out if they're scared or whatever. So I do. I'm just grateful. We're grateful that you're here. I honor you. I salute you. Thank you for just being that guy. Being that guy. So you say you didn't have any really support. So you didn't know any of any support. You said that everybody needs emotional support, because you do. Everybody needs somebody. And so that, like I said, and I think it prepared me, for anything that life could happen, especially like if you just can come back. So what can you say now to everybody? uh, what is the last things that you want to share with everybody in this state right now?
I would like to say that really, if you go and you check your check with your doctor and they say you have cancer or whatever, you have to accept the fact that you do have cancer. And once you have cancer, you need to make sure you share it with your family so that they all will be in support of everything that you're going through with.
Oh,
See,
you said share with your family.
yeah,
Is that
share
what
it
you
with
said?
your family. Yes, ma'am. Share
Oh,
it with your family. Share it with
oh,
your
okay,
family.
okay.
Because you're not in this thing by yourself. You do
And
have,
you're not.
yeah, and you do have a family. And so
Do you
what?
have anything to say to your son before you get off of here? Do you need to tell your son anything?
Yeah, I love him. I love him. I love him.
I don't. So I okay. So thank y'all so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. Um, for all of you that have joined on tonight. Tonight, see, sometimes I don't even know what time of the day it is. It's still daytime. But thank y'all so much for tuning in just to join this live. I tell you what, we're just so grateful that you joined. We did have a little fun. We gonna always have fun. If you see me show up with him, they're gonna always be some laughing, some joking, um, some all those amazing things. I love you too, Dad. And who Mm.
Man,
That's just, you care about me. That's who cares about me. I'm about to block him out of my life. But thank y'all. Thank you again for real so much. So much. Uh, and to each and every one of you, please share this live though. Please share this live, because this live actually can help share another man's life. It can also help them even through their journey, just all the things that they may have to experience with breast cancer. Because, like I said, not every man knows that you can get breast cancer. And so you heard him say it started with just a little bitty bump. So it started with a little bitty bump that he ignored for over, not ignored, but it got progressed, but he didn't really share it to over a year. And so thank you so much for coming on, sharing your journey. Robin says, love you, Dad, forever. Prashanda says, love you. Uh, Stephanie said a few things. The timeline has gone up. It's an emotional journey. I was just reading some of the comments to you so that you could see those comments. I mean that so I could share those comments with you. But I know we laughed a little bit and joked a lot. Like I said, that's what we do. You can't you gotta have fun in life. You do. You gotta have fun. So learn to laugh, but be there for those who are going through a journey because you never know. And even you just picking up the phone to say hi, send a card, it will do a lot for them because they literally have to go through an emotional time, an emotional journey. So thank you. Thank you so much again for sharing on today your journey with breast cancer. Men, if you feel anything abnormal, please, 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 like he said, go to the doctor immediately. So even if it's a little bitty bump, go to the doctor so your wife won't have to hurt you. You won't get in trouble because you'll hold it for over a year. And then you telling people stuff, and then everybody about to get you for keeping it that long. So you don't have to go through that. Make sure that you get yourself checked. And women, please go and get your mammograms done. Depending on the history in your family, some of you, if you have history in your family, I know you have to get a pre-mammogram, use it between 30, 35. And if there's no history, usually they start at about 40 years old. You should be getting a mammogram done every single year. Please go get your annual exams done. And if you know breast cancer runs in your family, get those annual exams done. Please, I cannot stress that enough because remember I said that shows that you are being responsible to your family. So don't, because what you didn't do, allow your family to have to suffer behind it. Be proactive in everything that you do. Even right now, make sure you eat right, get you some exercise in, make sure you take care of you so that you can be proactive. Do you some research on cancer fighting foods, eat those foods. I'm telling you, your health is definitely your greatest wealth. So it's your time to make your health a priority. Go get those mammograms done. Women, men, you don't have to get a mammogram done every year. But if you feel something, I cannot stress that enough. If you feel something, please, please go get checked. Again, your health is your greatest wealth. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, I salute all breast cancer survivors. I honor you, love you all. I am so excited for each of you just for joining. But we thank you all for joining on today. Make sure you share, 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 share this live. And if you're joining on the replay, let me know that you're coming back in on the replay. Again, thank you again so much for joining us on today. But share this with someone so that someone too can be blessed other than you. Again, thanks for joining. I'll give you the closing words. Robert C. Jones Sr. I'm not sending him a check. Go ahead.
No, I'm glad that you asked me to do this. Hopefully that I can help someone. I don't care if but one, I can help someone that they will go to the doctor and they can prevent all these things from happening. And like you stated, my biggest supporter was my wife. And I thank God for her every day. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God for her. When I go to sleep at night, I thank God for her. She is the most beautiful person in the world to me. And I will never forget her. That's my wife, and I love her.
And she hear you too. I know she hear you and she's smiling and y'all finna go eat. You,
We can't go out.
y'all,
No,
y'all, y'all about to, y'all about to go out.
No, no, we're not going out. No, no, we're not going out. We might fix a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, peanut butter jelly to the jelly to the jam. Y'all didn't know I had a few beats. Peanut butter jelly to the jelly to the jam. He's her peanut butter, she's his jam. Okay, y'all. Thanks for joining again. Thank you so much. But go get checked. Go get checked. Your health is your greatest wealth. Be responsible. Love y'all. Thanks for joining. Have an incredible day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.